Hi guys, in the last tutorial we looked at how to limit the number of records you want to retrieve from a table. So a quick refresher is this. So if I want to see all the record from employees, I say select star from employees and that will give me 1000 rows. Okay, but I can limit this if I don't want to see everything. So I can use limit and specify the number of rows you want to see, 100. So if I run this, it's only going to return 100 rows. Whatever I limit this to, if I limit this to 1, I'm expecting to see just 1 row. Okay, so in this tutorial, I want to show you another keyword as part of your SQL syntax, and that's going to be distinct. Okay, so let's say, let me run this for a second. Now, so let's say I don't want to see duplicate record, because usually you find out that in an enterprise environment where you work as a data analyst, there are some columns that would have duplicate uh, data. Okay, for instance, people, we can have 2 or 3 or more people that bear the same name. So we can have this berry repeated 3 or 4 times. You can have people sharing the same last name. So the only thing that is not supposed to contain a duplicate is the primary key field. And in this case is employee ID field. But all of these people can share the same first name, the same last name. Yeah, email should be unique as well. Um, 10 people can get hired on the same date, right? We can have 50 people in the same department. Okay, and we can have 500 female employee, we can have 1000 male employee, we can have people that earn the same salary, we can have 100 people that work in the same region, so we can have duplicates in this table. So let's say based on the business requirements that you have to work on, you don't want to see duplicate record, you only want to see unique record. So what can you do in that case? So what you can do is to use distinct. So you want to see distinct record. So let's say I want to see distinct first name. Just a second before I show you distinct. Let's say I want to see first name and I say select first name from employees. Let me run this. Select first name from employees. Now you see we have 1000 rows. So that means we have 1000 employees. So we have 1000 employees. I want you to take note of the difference. If I had this keyword distinct, so if I say select distinct first name from employees, let's see how many records this is going to give us. See, 929 records. So it is clear to me that we have some employees that bear the same name. Okay, they share the same first name. See what you have, 929. But if I remove this distinct, if I remove this, say select first name from employees, 1000 records. If I put back the distinct, select distinct first name, 929 records. So this can show you where you have duplicate record. We can do the same thing for, we can use it to check first name as well, last name. So distinct last name. Select distinct last name. 992. Okay, so this is also not up to 1000. So we have some employees sharing the same last name. So for a second, let's see. I want us to look at the table as a whole. That makes it clearer to you if we are looking at the output. So select, I'm going to select all from employees. So let's use email. Select distinct email. This is expected to be 1000, right? So if I say select distinct email, let's see the number of records it's going to give us. So select distinct email. Now we have 797. If you look through this email, it's not supposed to be duplicated because email should be unique. But there's something I want to show you here. If you look at this email, you find out that we have some, look at this, we have no. So that means some employees don't even have email. That's why we have less than 1000. When we did distinct, when we ran distinct on this table, on this email column, we don't have up to 1000 employees again. So some employees don't have, they've not provided email to HR. And the number of those, if I run this again, we have 797. So we have some employees that don't have emails. That's why that null is there. So if I do this again and select all and come to email column, you see, like this guy, you see, we have some employees without email. So that's what distinct can do for you. You can use it in your analysis. Is your requirement will determine what you want to do, and that's why I'm saying that learning SQL is like learning a principle. It's not what you want to cram. It's not what you want to. It's not cast in stone. Okay, your requirement, the business requirement you get, the question that the business wants you to provide answer to by developing or creating a report will determine the kind of query you want to write. So all you need to understand is when do I need to use distinct? When do I need to limit my record by using limit? And stuff like that. That's how I want you to be thinking, because as we progress, we're going to be doing more um, advanced. We're going to be going into more advanced concepts. So you need to have the right foundation now. Where this is still basic. Okay, so the way I want you to think is, as you are watching this, if you have an RDBMS installed on your system, maybe um, Microsoft SQL Server or Oracle Developer, whichever you have, those are free. You can get free edition of all these. Just Google it, and they come with sample DB that you can use so that as you're watching this, you can get something to practice. This comes with practice. You need to get a lot of practice for this to stick. And the way I want you to think is to be thinking in line of I'm learning a principle, not something to cram. When exactly would I need to use distinct? When would I need to use a particular function or a particular keyword? That's how to learn it. That's how to really master this to become a pro from zero. Okay. So let's apply it to higher date. If I select higher date without using distinct, so let me run this. We should have 1000, right? And we have 1000 rows. But if there are some employees that are hired on the same day, what do we have? What should we expect? So if I say select distinct higher date, we have 910. So it means like 90 employees were sharing the same, sharing the same hire date. They were employed on the same date. You see the power of distinct what it can do for you. So just think in that line of when will I need to do this? That's why I'm trying to explain the reason behind. I could just most tutorials I've seen on SQL, I they just start writing the query and you watch. So what I've tried to include as a strategy in this tutorial is to explain why before writing the query. So when it's clear to you that this is when I can use this syntax or this keyword, you learn faster. You don't cram because you know the principle. And if I apply it to gender as well, let's quickly apply distinct to gender. Say distinct, select distinct gender. You know we have 1000. That's what we should have because it's repeated. Barry is a female, Ariel is a female, Sydney is a female, Havram is a male like that. So it's repeating, but I want distinct. Think for a second what this will return. Just two. Because we have male and female. We don't want to repeat anything. So we only have male and female. That's all we have. It's not repeating. But if I remove the distinct, it's going to show 1000. So like that, that's what distinct is used for. In the next tutorial, we will move on to the next topic in our ongoing tutorial, which is SQL for data analyst. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.